Okay, this is a bit of a whatever video, but basically, how to improve. How do I improve? How do you improve at the game? This is something that everyone will want to do. This is something that I want to do. And this is sort of outlining what's worked for me in the past and what I will continue to do, especially when the new hero comes out in Season 18. So I made a video on consistency, and I think that's a very important first step to improving. Take yourself out of the game, right? Take yourself out of all this, just distance yourself and try, wake up at a good time, wake up at a consistent time, eat well, go outside more, exercise, stuff like that. Very, very important stuff to improving in everything. Once you've got that down, we can start to understand how you can actually quicken the speed at which you improve. And that is through a very simple thing called intentional playing, right? You can already guess what it is. So you might just be playing the game, which is fine. And you might be playing, you log in, you try a bit, you focus, and you play, and you're just thinking about the game, and you're enjoying yourself maybe a bit, or, sometimes it gets a bit tilted here and there. That is all fine and dandy, and it's definitely a process that will, make you improve. Okay, well, if we look here, if you play that way, right, where you just log in, you just play a bunch of games, your progress might look more like this. Right, which is fine. That's improvement. That's improvement. These are each of your ranks that you're going to hit. You might slowly improve. You might have a bit of, it's up, it flattens for a bit, but it goes up, and then it, whatever. But the way I think you can get it to using intentional playing would be something more like goes up, maybe we flatten and go down. We go up, we flatten and go down, and then we go like that, like stuff like that, right? Which is much bigger jumps, and you're going to get to the same. You're going to get to the place you want to get to quicker. So every game, you want to practice something. You want to go in to learn something and focus on something. So for instance, if we're thinking of Tracer, right? Tracer's a very, very complicated character. So we have to take off angles, right? That's something we have to do. We also have to think about our range, our trigger discipline. So there's loads of different things. These are just three I'm gonna think about, right? Off angling, playing the effective range, and trigger discipline. And now you might be weaker at one of these things. You might be like, you know what, maybe I'm not taking enough off angles. So you know what you're gonna do this game, you're gonna do this, and you're gonna go into a game, and your brain, all you're gonna think about is off angles the whole game. And you're gonna be like, am I on a good off angle? Right? Am I taking a good off angle with my team? Am I, is it relative to the team and my team, is it good? And you want to be thinking that the entire time you play, and you can do that for a couple, all the games in that day, and then the next day you could do something different, or the whole week you could be doing off angling, right? That's what I did with Tracer. What you'll find is you might lose a bit, but you'll feel like you're less tilted because all that mattered to you was off angling. Now it's a bit of a mental switch. And if you have problems with this mentally, like you have a bad mental, blaming things, not better focus, practice mental. Like honestly, have up on screens just like on your other monitor or something to help you keep your mental fine, and just practice it. So every game you're going in to practice something, right? Now, how do we find out what thing we need to practice? VODs. So you might take a look at your VODs, right? I lost quite a few games today. Wasn't great. So what you might want to do is you might want to take a look at one of those close games like this, and you're going to want to go through the replay, and you're going to look through your gameplay, just kind of skim it a little bit, and just generally see where you died, and maybe see what caused it, or what you were doing. And you might notice like, oh, I did this, and then try figure it out. Just try figure it out. And if you notice something you keep doing that's bad or a bad habit, add it to like a list of things to practice. The other method I think is really good fun in it is watch pro gameplay, high level gameplay, see what they do that you're not doing, and compare it to your own gameplay, and just put down like, oh, they're really timing their engage well with this, and then you just practice that. Or you watch like a Spylo coaching video, really easy to do this, and whatever notes they gave that guy, honestly, take it yourself, compare it to your gameplay, go practice it. Sorry, my headphones got annoying. I find it quite annoying sometimes to talk with headphones on. IEMs are different though. But just find something to practice each game and do it. Maybe you spend the whole week, you practice one thing, and you're going to only play like maybe 5 games at the most. And I think have a rule, if you lose 2 in a row, you take like a 15-minute break. And in between every game, take like a 5-minute break. Just walk, go get up, go get some water, go get something to eat. Something like that. Do that, right? And then have a nice session that you stick to each. What this does is it makes your playing intentional, and allows you to actually learn and teach yourself different concepts and different ways of playing each game. So what this means is that you might have a game, you know, you might have an experience where you're learning a concept, so your rank is like here, right? Right. So say that these are the different ranks. There's one rank, the other rank, the other rank. And you're here. What's gonna happen is you might dip a bit. But, well, the thing is, once you've learned this concept, and then you play a couple more games, and it's now muscle memory, and if you think about it, you'll go like this, right? Because you'll start to really win. And then you might learn a new concept, and it might go down, but you'll shoot back up even higher. It's that type of thing that's going to happen. Obviously, can't completely guarantee it. There's loads of factors affecting things, but that is a very common thing that used to happen to me. I have sort of... I don't have that crazy proof of it. I have another account where I can show this, but I definitely, like, I don't know what season. I've practiced a lot in different seasons. Yeah, it's this season, okay. This season I locked the heckin'. Okay, I'm gonna show you the win rate in a second, but basically this season before and stuff, and this, I was basically playing like 3 games a day, and I remember on Sombra, I practiced the around the clock for like a couple games for a couple days straight, and I was like, okay, boom. And then I practiced hitting my viruses. Like I literally said, the only thing that matters is I hit virus. And boom, I learned to hit viruses more, and I got this. And then I just played a few games, and I won so much playing like this. And do you know why? The secret reason. You might, if you start doing this, if you start applying this to game, you might secretly start to win a few games, because do you know what will happen? Is even though yes, you're practicing one concept, you've actually focused so much more than you had before that you started winning. I didn't do well on this, you know, whatever, but you know, practicing concepts like that is great. It's a great way just improve. I hit Masters 3 on Brig last season with the same thing. A little, you know, shakier of a win rate because I kind of fed my brains out at the end of the season during drive week, but again, you apply the concepts, you will climb and you will learn. But the point is not to focus on the climb, it's to focus on the improvement, it's to focus on the different concepts you're learning. You're learning these different things. Last point before I end this video, this is a bit of a weird yap. If you were able to get something out of it, you know, much appreciated. But also be careful not to consume too much educational content. Educational content is fun, I get it, I love it, and I think making it is cool. But just be careful. Because what you don't want is you watch too much and you forget to actually play the game. Because sometimes you actually have to play the game. But just play it a consistent amount, take breaks, be consistent with your life, and play with intention. Today, I did not play with enough intention, and I lost quite a few games. Because I was just tilted out and I was just kind of aimlessly walking through. Which is fine. If you like that, that's fine. But if you really want to improve and you want to improve at a FOSS rate, that's how you're going to do it. So thanks for watching. This is kind of a well-known thing, an obvious thing. Yeah. So yeah. Peace out.